This question shows a circular pipe with the center 0 and the radius being 20. We see that we have a cord that measures 32 centimeters across and the radius, which is 20. What the question asks is the maximum depth of the water in the pipe, which happens to be the maximum height. So essentially we're looking for the distance between the outside of the circle to the cord. We realize that with a line coming straight down, we generate a perpendicular bisector of the cord with the radius. This will give me a bisected line and a 90-degree angle. If the cord is 32 centimeters long, then the bisected line will be 16. Since we are looking for the depth of the water, it will help us to know the distance from the center to the outside of the circle, which is 20, the radius. If we can now figure out what A is, the distance from the center to the cord, we can then subtract that from the radius to figure out the depth of the water. To do this, we will draw in a radius to the cord and generate our right angle triangle. We know that the radius of the circle is 20, so our hypotenuse will be 20 because it is opposite the right side. We also know that this bisected cord, this length will be 16, and we can use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find a. A manipulated formula that people use is c squared minus b squared will give me a squared, and that's the one we will attempt to use. C will be 20, and we will square it. We're going to minus 16 squared, and this will give me a squared. 400 minus 256 is equal to a squared. 400 minus 256 is 144. Now to find a, we need to take the square root of both sides. Square root counts as a square, and we're left with a. The square root of 144 is 12. Therefore, a is 12. This does not answer our question. We are looking for the distance from the outside of the circle, or pipe in this situation, to the cord. We know that the radius is 20, A is 12, so if we redrew this, this would be 12, and we're looking for this distance here. If the entire distance, or the radius, is 20, then 20 minus 12, which is what we know, is equal to 8. And therefore, the distance from the cord to the outside of the circle, which is the depth of the water, is 8.